Welcome to this video presentation here at Wimbledon Carriage Company, and here we have the Mercedes-Benz EQA 250 Plus on a 73 plate. So I'm going to start off by showing you around the outside of the car, and then we'll hop in and run through some of the controls on the inside. From the outside you can see it's a 5-door car with alloy wheels and tinted windows. We're going to start off inside the boot area of it first of all. The tailgate on this car will open electronically. You can do that from the key or the tailgate itself. As we then approach the back of the car, you'll see we have reversing sensors, plenty of boot space, which can be increased by folding down any or all of those 3 rear seats. Okay, so we're just going to work our way back around to the front of the car. And then, as I mentioned, we'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside of it from there. But now that we've done a full circle, you can see the alloy wheels and bodywork are all in pristine condition the whole way round. Just briefly before we climb in, I think it's well worth seeing the interior from this exterior point of view. There's plenty to run through on the dashboard, so let's hop in and we'll do that right now. Okay, now that we're inside the car, we're going to start with the dials. So a full digital display that runs all the way through to the middle. We'll come to those controls in just a moment. We have the speedometer on the left-hand side. Over on the right-hand side, the rev counter of sorts, but of course, no rev counter. It will show you how much of the car's power you are using. In the central section, the total miles for the car, they're 18,524. Above that, we have a digital readout for the speedometer. And at the bottom of that section, it will show you what gear this car is in. It's an automatic, of course, so we are in park at the moment. You can change the information that's displayed there using the buttons just here. So we've got a home screen button. You can then swipe across this black button to go to various different menus, and you go back a page from here as well. But you'll see all of the various different menus available. You can, for example, have your satellite navigation displayed up there. Your trip computer is probably the main one, I guess, that you'd find you have most of the time. You've got, again, the total miles for the vehicle, a digital readout for the speedometer, lots of different bits of information. And you may have noticed that the buttons that are here mirror the buttons there. These buttons do exactly the same thing or work in exactly the same way, but for the central screen, which we'll come to in a moment. We've got our stereo controls here, our cruise control and speed limiter there, the minus and plus paddles so that you can change up and down a gear manually with this automatic gearbox. So onto that central screen, which is a continuation of the dials essentially. You can use the exact same buttons we're using a moment ago to do exactly the same thing, but you don't have to. There are a number of ways of controlling what you see on the screen. The other one would be using, or the main one would be using this pad. Works very much like a trackpad on a laptop would, so the movement that I'm making there is being mirrored up on the screen. You can go back a page, you can go back to the home screen, and of course you can push this button down to enter certain menus, or use these physical buttons. But using that pad, you can, of course, pair your phone. We can go across to the satellite navigation for the full sat-nav display. Really nice, clear colour display. We've got our radio, so DAB and FM radio, our media, where you can listen to your own music. You can pair your device for Bluetooth audio. We've got USB input, online music as well. Certain streaming services will be available in this car. You've got comfort menu, your EV menu, as it were. Apps, so you can go into your app menu. You can connect up your smartphone for certain Mercedes friendly apps on there as well. So I say lots of different controls, and this car's got a 360 parking camera. So reversing camera on the left hand side, bird's eye view image of exactly where the car is parked on the right hand side. You can change the main camera for any one of these views that you wish to have there as well. So working our way down, we have the vents for your dual zone climate control, and then the climate control itself. So you can adjust the driver and passenger temperatures. You can increase and decrease the fan speed from here. All adjustments will show along the bottom of the screen momentarily as you make them. You can turn your air conditioning off, back on. You can recirculate the air that's in the car. That's a great way of heating it up or cooling it down quickly, depending on the temperatures you set. Or hit auto. The car will now maintain the temperatures you've asked for by taking control of the fan speed and the direction of the air for you. You can turn that off whenever you wish to. We have a nice storage section just here. USB-C input, 2 cup holders. The controls went through just a moment ago, along with the volume for your stereo just here. And you can change the driving setup from dynamic to normal there as well.
Last thing I wanted to mention is the paperwork we have for the car. So you can see the V5 registration document just there, showing it's a one-owner car from new. We've got some service paperwork underneath that. In this envelope is the spare key for the car, so 2 keys in total with this vehicle.
All that leaves me to say is thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you'd like to come and see the car for yourself and have a test drive, or you'd like a live bespoke video tour of the car, please feel free to give us a call here at Wimbledon Carriage Company. We'd love to hear from you soon.